And Christine, investigators now confirming they do have their suspect in custody this late hour, the man who was armed with a machete and a hatchet to terrorize this Encino neighborhood for a time. Detectives say their suspect ID'd as 47-year-old Adam Dimmerman. They say Dimmerman is the man who attacked a victim about a half-mile from this location, cutting that man on his left arm, not life-threatening injuries. And investigators say they're confident that Dimmerman, also the same suspect who attacked and killed the elderly man in this neighborhood, bludgeoning the elderly man to death. Look here. Relatives of the victim brought to tears emotional moments after finding out about the tragedy that stunned this quiet Encino neighborhood.
I had no idea there was a guy with a machete running around killing people. This is heartbreaking. He must have been deranged or on drugs or something.
He says his grandfather, Yusef Makhulian, who he says is 102 years old, is the one attacked and killed in the garage of his own home. Investigators say he had been bludgeoned to death. His body found by his wife. This an hour after LAPD first responded to the nearby area after several 911 calls about a man armed with a machete or a knife and a hatchet. The suspect arrested after LAPD says he attacked a man, cutting that victim on the arm. Then a short time later, the body of the elderly man is found at his home.
He was 102.
He says these pictures are from his grandfather's 60th wedding anniversary 5 years ago.
He came to this country from Iran decades and decades ago.
A violent crime that's shaken this high-end neighborhood on White Oak Ave, south of Ventura. No one allowed even to get to their homes as investigators collect evidence for hours.
Like, it's a really nice neighborhood. Like, you don't worry about harm. You don't need to see that type of stuff. And it's crazy that this went on.
The elderly man's minivan taken away. Now evidence in a murder investigation that has his relatives asking, why did it have to happen here?
And they've been living peacefully in Alonzo Place for 30 years. They have certain habits, like they would never buy frozen meat. They always eat very healthy. The nicest people imaginable. Jewish family.
Now live, detectives say the elderly man's wounds are consistent with those suffered by the first victim, the one who was cut on the arm. That's why detectives say they're confident that the suspect, Dimmerman, is responsible for both of these violent attacks. As for a motive as to why, detectives say it seems to be random attacks at both locations, and that's what is really troubling to the neighbors here. They say in this neighborhood, high-end neighborhood, things like this, violent crime like this, just doesn't happen until now. For now, we're live here in Encino. Back to both of you.